Figuring out if someone is right for you isn't actually that difficult. Just observe how they behave when arguing with you. When things are going well, everything is smooth sailing, and anyone can act polite. But it's only when arguments happen and emotions run high that a person drops their facade and reveals their true character. What we call a facade is referred to in psychology as a defense mechanism. Everyone has their own defensive style, and these mechanisms typically form from childhood experiences and past emotional trauma. Different personality types have drastically different defense strategies. For example, if she has an avoidant personality, you'll notice that when you have conflicts, she won't argue, won't accuse, and won't dwell on who's right or wrong. She'll quickly shut her ears, close all communication channels, and hide like a turtle retreating into its shell. No matter how emotional you get, even if you're in tears, she acts as if she can't hear you. It's not that she's cold-blooded. Her brain is activating its self-protection mechanism. She locks herself in a psychological safe room and uses silence to shield herself from your emotional attacks. This indicates that in her mind, arguing equals harm. She would rather avoid conflict than face the pain. The door she closes not only keeps out the hurt, but also shuts the window of empathy between you. That's why many people think avoidant women are heartless, but she's not lacking empathy. When she closes the door to protect herself, she unintentionally blocks out your emotions too. She's not deliberately ignoring you. Past experiences have taught her to cut connections as a means of self-preservation. These women have often experienced verbal abuse since childhood, been repeatedly invalidated and belittled. After numerous failed attempts at communication, they simply choose to shut down. This seemingly cold approach is actually how they've learned to survive throughout their lives. In contrast, there's the anxious personality type. Women with anxious personalities can become explosive during arguments, with their aggression suddenly intensifying. Their defense isn't avoidance, but striking first. Their words often have a sharp edge, but they're not fundamentally trying to hurt you. They're expressing their own needs. This aggressive defense is actually a form of demanding. I don't want to hurt you. I want you to see me, to respond to me. It's not a lack of love, but rather too much desire for love and fear of being ignored. Women with anxious personalities mostly didn't receive proper responses during childhood. Their parents may have neglected their inner feelings, believing that providing material needs equaled love without truly understanding their hearts. Consequently, in relationships, they instinctively try to express their insecurities through intense emotions. But having never learned how to express themselves correctly, they often miscommunicate and end up hurting both others and themselves. For instance, they can't say, "I'm afraid you'll leave me," but instead say, "Why are you always like this?" If you're mature enough to see the longing behind these words, perhaps you can offer understanding and acceptance. But if you happen to be the avoidant type, that's dangerous. The more she expresses, the more you stay silent. The closer she tries to get, the further you retreat, ultimately creating deep misunderstandings and fractures. So the more you argue with someone, the clearer you can see their defense mechanisms, and thus better understand their inner wounds and needs. Arguments are never a bad thing. What's truly concerning isn't conflict, but mutual incomprehension. A truly frightening relationship isn't one with frequent arguments, but one without any arguments or expression, cold, silent, like stagnant water. Having the courage to face conflicts and work through them is how you truly see a person's core. Only by understanding her defense mechanisms, what she fears and what she lacks, can you find the most suitable way to relate to each other. A happy relationship isn't about never arguing. It's about understanding each other better and growing closer after each argument.